Hey y'all, what's up? This is your boy Evan. Welcome to the Cartoon Block. Today we're going to be drawing Luffy from One Piece. So get back here in a few seconds and we'll get started.
Hey guys, now we're going to start drawing Monkey D. Luffy, beginning with his head, which is a basic circle, and don't forget his center line going down the center of his head, and his eye line going across horizontally, and going to work in his mouth shape here, his nose, and going to gradually go up to his right eye, and lightly sketch in his left eye, and making sure that they rest on that eye line that we laid down earlier. And be sure that his mouth doesn't go wider than his eye does on the side of his head. That's a common mistake that a lot of people make when they draw him. They think Luffy has this gigantic, smile, and he doesn't. So it's a tall smile, but not that wide of a smile. So I'm going to flesh in a little bit more of his shape of his head. Getting it down here. I'm not too happy with it, so I'm going to be tweaking it with my electric eraser. This is a cool little toy. I like this thing a lot. So getting his pupils in there, and they too are resting on the same eye line. We draw a line down across the center of his eyes. That's where his pupils are. His ears are kind of funny looking, He has those Obama ears. And just lightly put in some small detail. Yeah, so I'm not too happy about these eyes. So feel free, guys, in your drawings. If you're not, happy about how something looks, erase it out, start over. That's why it's always important to lightly sketch it in. You don't want to put in like hard lines and it's hard to erase. Thing about us artists, we're never happy with the final product. We always feel like we should, tweak it and adjust it and shape it. For his teeth, be sure to draw a curved line when his upper jaw and lower jaw meet. Don't draw a straight line. That's a very amateur way of drawing a smile. Slight indentations here for his teeth. Is it just me, or does he look like he could be related to the Joker? Is he like the Joker's son, long lost son? Who knows? Gonna work on his ear a little bit more over here. And I have some slight shadows in his on his teeth. Now if you take the length of the distance from his eyebrow to his chin and double that, that will be the top of his skull, where we lightly started at, in the beginning of the drawing. So that's where you want to have his hair originate from, is that spot right there. Keep in mind I'm going to draw him with his hat on as well. So for his hair, just get some reference, guys. I pulled some reference offline, and I'm not quite sure how Luffy's, strands of hair are. So when in doubt, always get different, drawings of a character, so you can always stay on model. If you guys ever have any dreams or, goals of working for an animation studio one day or a comic book, company, you have to know how a character looks. You do want to stay on model. And once you're happy with these details on his hair or any part of the drawing, then you can go ahead and quickly flesh them out and draw them in darker. Now moving on to his hat, we're going to start out with a big oval shape, elliptical oval shape, and put in his top, the crown of the hat, and darken in his hair a little bit more here. We don't have to, I just want to. Moving down to his neck. His neck is like a cylinder shape. Nothing complex about it. He's kind of a skinny, lanky kind of character because he stretches. I'm going to throw his arm down here. I'm not going to flesh out too much detail just yet. Just get in the basic shape of his chest area and arms. His fist, it's a basic block shape. Any fist that you draw, start out with a block. We often draw blocks. They're really simple. So start out with that. I'm gonna lightly indicate the fingers here and put in some knuckles and give it a cast shadow below and a cast shadow below his arm. Mess with the fingers a little bit more. Now moving on to his left hand, gonna make it a fist as well. So with this one, you want to make sure it's a big block shape. And once you get in that general shape, then we can go in and tweak and add the fingers. You want to divide it up, relatively in 4 equal parts, and put his thumb down behind it. And I'm going to get the slight indentations of the fingers and the knuckles. And just kind of take your time going through this. If you need some kind of reference, use your own hand. Use your own fist. Look at your own fist and lightly put in some details to indicate the knuckles and render the knuckles out a little bit more. Gonna put his wristband in there and just darken that in. And now I'll play with his knuckles and get that cast shadow below them. This kind of makes the drawing pop out a little bit more. Whenever you put shadows in, it makes your drawing, it prevents it from being flat on the page. You don't want a flat drawing. Give your character some kind of shadow to make it, better than other people's characters. And your stuff can look that much more professional. So now I'm going to just, render out his vest somewhat more. And I'm going to clean up some of these unwanted lines. And put some more rendering down. And now it's time to add those details on the hat. It's like a straw raggedy hat. Make it look very worn. And color in his cast shadow below the hat. Tweak his strands of hair. Gonna erase some more unwanted lines. Clean up some rough lines. And add the band on his hat. And just about done here. Putting in some more cast shadows and rendering. Well, there you have it, folks. There's Monkey D. Luffy. See you next time. And real quick, I want to give some shout outs to Crazy Cartoons and Sherlock Holmes 100.